In this video, I am talking about the number one secret to building your self-confidence. See, I have consumed thousands of hours of confidence, motivational videos, all of these different things. And this is the one tip that most self-care gurus, most motivational speakers won't tell you, right? Because it doesn't sell books. The number one way to build your self-confidence, the number one way, the proven way to build your self-confidence is for you to take your focus off of yourself. I've said it before, but science has proved that the more you look at yourself, the less happy you will be. You will notice all of your flaws, your imperfections, and everything that's wrong, right? So the number one secret to building your self-confidence is taking the focus off of yourself. So now you might ask, okay, Dennis, what do I do instead? Instead of putting the focus on yourself, here's what I recommend for you to do. Is first you need to identify how can you become a person of value. So when you become a person of value, then what you'll notice is that your income will go up, your network will go up, then your net worth will go up because you have become a valuable person. And then what you also realize is you'll begin to grow in confidence, not because it's a feeling that you have, but it's because it's a reality that you live. Okay, so first, how can you identify a problem for you to be a solution to? Well, one, I encourage you to just look at your personal story. What challenges have you overcame? What obstacles have you faced? What things do you do very, 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 very well that you can help other people to do, right? And I think, and I really believe if you sit back long enough, you're going to find some answers. And now, if there's absolutely nothing that you're good at, well, I want to invite you to YouTube University, right? You can learn anything in the planet that you want with a simple Google search, right? With a simple YouTube search. So the only thing that you really have to do is, again, identify, okay, here's the person I want to become. Now, how can I add value to people? How can I provide a solution? And this is the same concept if you're starting a business. If you're starting a business, you have to clearly be able to define what is the problem that you solve. And again, if you don't solve a problem for anybody, if you don't add value to anybody, you're not going to get any customers, right? So again, confidence, what is that? It's a belief. It's a belief. It's an assurance of something. So therefore, if you want to build your confidence and take the focus off of yourself and put the focus into how can you become a solution to a problem. And that's what the most valuable people do, and that's what the most valuable businesses do. And again, the result is going to be something good. You're gonna be more confident, and you're gonna be confident not because again you have a feeling or you think it, but you're gonna see it in your life. You're going to see people want to be around you. You want to see people are going to want what you have. Your phone's going to ring, right? So again, the number one secret to confidence that none of the gurus are talking about is to take the focus off of yourself. I said, what does Mother Teresa, what does Gandhi, what does Jesus, what do all of these people have in common? What they have in common is that they are all valuable people. They are all what I call movement. In my life, I started a movement that reached millions of people. And the way that I started that movement, it was simply me realizing that in high school or in schools all across America, there were many kids that ate lunch by themselves. And when we look at the suicide rates are rising, depression rates are rising. And I figured, okay, maybe if I can just sit down and eat with some people, if we can connect with them, then that would change. They would have a community. They would feel like they belong. Now, that one simple act that I took then became a national and a global movement. And it's been featured on CBS, ABC, People Magazine, whatever, you name it, all of these different national news outlets. And really, it wasn't because I was focused on myself. It was because I was focused on adding value to people's lives. And I can tell you countless numbers of stories of people who came to me and said that they were planning to commit suicide or ending their life, but because they found this community, because they found somebody to sit with them, because of this simple act, they decided not to do it. And that's the power, right? So for me, I care less about me being confident, and I care more about how can I impact people's lives. How can I share my story with people? How can I confront conflict? How can I cultivate connections? How can I create a community? How can I communicate my story so that people's lives will be saved and people's lives will be impacted? All of that has um, no nothing to do with me. All of that is all about how can I change people's lives? How can I make the most impact to the most people? And now, if that's my focus, if I'm getting up with that focus, if I'm focused on impact, if I'm focused on being a solution to a problem, I'm not thinking, I can't do that. I'm not thinking, I don't have what it takes. I'm not thinking, I don't have the confidence to do that. I'm just acting. I'm just moving. And you might say, well, Dennis, you're a confident person. I'm not really that much of a confident person. I'm not really that much of an extrovert. But I realized that I had a solution that can help people's lives. And if you knew that someone was going to die, if you knew something was going to happen in their life, that they needed some help, right? Then you can provide that solution. Then you got to put your ego aside. You got to put yourself aside and be a solution to a problem. So again, the number one secret to building your self-confidence is by completely throwing away self-confidence in the garbage. It really means nothing, right? Instead, ask yourself, here, what can I do? Right? Or what have I done that can improve people's lives? And I know this sounds very counterintuitive, but it's two different things. When you're focusing on not about you and like, okay, what can make me better? It's no, how can I make other people's lives better? The focus is not on you. The focus is on other people, right? And we live in a generation that talks about self-care and all these different things. That's awesome. I love it. We have examples like, you can't put somebody else's mask on until you put your mask first. I understand it. But here's what I'm saying. And again, this advice is not for everybody. But here's what I'm saying. When you take the focus off of yourself, when you decide, hey, I want to be a solution. What can I do to be a solution to these people's problems? What do I know? What can I provide? What value can I add? When you start doing these things, you'll see your network, your net worth, and your whole life improve. Okay, so if you enjoyed this content, I want to encourage you to keep watching this series. We have tons of videos on confidence, and let's grow together. Let's move further, faster, and become the movements that we were created to be. Thank you for watching.